trust you're well. Today I want to speak about a vision that has really shaken me concerning AI, or the use of technology, and the vulnerable in our society, the ladies that are vulnerable in our society. And as I say this, I want to start by saying that in the time of Elijah, they gave a sacrifice of water that was poured on the sacrifice, remember? And it looked like a foolish thing because they were wondering how God will answer by fire. At the same time, they have put a lot of water around the wood and everything. And finally we see God consuming everything, the fire from heaven consuming everything, even the water on the side. As we speak today, money has become very scarce. And recently I was telling someone that just the way the money has become scarce, it might be our next sacrifice. And as I share this, I call on people not to be lovers of money. Let us sacrifice that bit of the money. Let us not sell ourselves because of money. A friend of mine had shared about AI and told me that there is a lot of demonic transfer in the programs of AI. But since I'm not computer, I'm not an authority in computer, I just left it at that. But now today God has given me something that I'm sharing with you. And it started, most of the things at times start like a story. They can easily be dramatized. So there is this lady, and she had been approached by an Indian couple. And I've interacted with, I have friends in the Indian community and I've also worked with them. So I know that they don't marry outside their color. And they are very specific on who they marry into their families. So as they were approaching this girl for marriage, because I was witnessing from a distance, it kept on occurring in my mind, and thoughts kept on flowing. Why would an Indian want to marry someone of like us? By the way, they are our friends, but I was wondering, why would they want to marry someone who is not of their color into their homes? And as this transaction was happening, I now approached them and I was asking them questions. And they told me that this person would be married to someone who is in the temple. Normally, those families that have the priestly mandate in the Indian community dedicate someone who sits in front at the temples. And this person is normally a gift to the spirits. So most of them are carriers of the spirits. And I was asking this now, why are they giving this girl? And if it is such a person, I know that the person would be a carrier of spirits. Why would they want to give this girl to that person? And as I was now trying to enlighten their people, they noticed that I'm spoiling their deal, and they gave this person money very fast, 500,000, and the person from the girl's home left. And as I was trying to now explain to the person who received the money, Now we were taken back and we were shown now the girl after because there is a ritual that they did over the girl. This is where now the AI came in. I was shown that something that is AI produced was placed on her stomach. And by the time it was lifted with some things they were doing on her, the girl was said to be 6 months pregnant with an hybrid of spirits. And it made me remember the time of Noah, when there was interbreeding among humans and spirits. Then as I was trying now to see what to do to help this girl, I woke up, and because it really shook me up, I decided to remain a bit in bed to understand what is happening. Then I slept again and the thing continued. And I started sharing it to people. But as I was sharing, I could not see the understanding that I was seeking people to understand. And it is my prayer that anyone who listens to this clip will be able to understand and be able to stand in the gap for our young people. The idea is that there is a threat for young women. You know, we are so desperate of money nowadays. Let us remove ourselves from the desperation of money. Let us look at transactions before we get into them. There is even homosexuality. People are getting there because of 200,000, 100,000, even 10,000. Now, this girl, at the end of the vision, I was seeing that she has been turned into a spirit-making machine, as in an hybrid producing machine. A lady friend of mine who prays a lot and who can see vision had shared earlier, but she didn't even share from vision point of view. She was sharing from her understanding of IT. And she was telling me that this AI, a friend of ours, actually two, had gotten into the challenge of AI, that over 40, over 50 challenge. And they had lost themselves. In fact, they were prayed out of the AI challenge because it took away their sanity. In short, what she was trying to say is that they were like possessed. And from my vision tonight, this lady was possessed. By the time we were seeing her, she was already possessed. And after the transaction they had done with 6 months of pregnancy, immediately, just in that one interaction. I'm not saying this to scare us. I've actually shared with another friend, and she says that according to Daniel, it is said that there is that kingdom that will be mixed. So she is now even bringing reality into what I'm speaking, which I was not understanding in the beginning, but which is clear that there is an intermingling of spirits, and some wombs are required and are being used as production machines just for 500 shillings. 500,000 shillings, surely. 500,000 shillings is like $5,000 because of our poverty. I've seen online also, someone has given out their kidney for another, was it for, they were meant to receive 6,000, but they received 4,000 USD. Which translates to almost that 500,000. For 500,000, money that cannot buy you even a car. If it buys a car, it's a second hand with a lot of issues. We are selling ourselves, we are selling our children, we are selling our wombs. And for the parents, for how long will I tell you? Let us arise and pray for our children. So many people are rushing into immorality. Because your marriage is not working, now you have someone as a mpango wa kando. And you are focusing on impressing them instead of standing in the gap for that one child, that two children that you have, to be able to secure a generation. For how long will I keep on calling out mothers? For how long will I call out parents that we stand in the gap for our own? Anyway, it's still very heavy on me, and especially those that have a calling for the young people. Let us stand in the gap. Parents, pray for yourself, pray for your children, and who knows, God might burden you with a neighbor's child and be able to stop the vice and the wickedness in our society. I'm not saying that Indians are bad, no. In fact, as I said, there's a recording that I've given about Muslims. Kenya will be used to uplift every Kenyan, whether Muslim, whether Christian, whether Hindu, or whichever, but as long as they are Kenyans, not foreigners who are coming to perpetrate wickedness in our land. As long as they are Kenyans, and as long as they are aligned to God of all creation, who commands and demands that we do what is good. So as long as you are any of those communities, any of those ethnic groups, and you are doing good, you are a candidate for benefit. But God has a way that He will use to be able to lift us up as a country, because it's countering systems of the world, which not everyone might be equipped for it. But those that are not equipped for it, can we support those that are equipped for it for the benefit of the country? I pray that God gives us a formula to be able to destroy that plan of utilizing innocent wombs as production machines for spirits, because I think this can only happen in Africa, or very poor communities and very poor countries, and very, very, very poor people, for someone to be able to just get sold to a marriage that they have no idea about it. And for those getting married, can you take time to pray about it? And let us not pray ourselves into marriages. Let us inquire of God. When I say we pray ourselves into marriage, is whereby you just push for a marriage and you want it to happen so fast because you feel it's a blessing for you, not understanding the whole picture and the whole arrangement. May God help us to discern what is good and what is bad and what is wicked. Thank you, and God bless you.